No verdict on any one case impacts anything else we do. The irony of all of this is that I heard the other day that someone, I think from the NAACP, was trashing us for prosecuting Marissa Alexander. Marissa Alexander fired a shot through a wall. On the other side of the wall were two young black boys, younger than Trayvon Martin. They're not victims?
Our bold question tonight, ladies and gentlemen, should Marissa Alexander be set free? An absolute firestorm on social media. She got 20 years for firing a gun. The bullet didn't hit anyone, but she was convicted of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen, the jury here in our HLNTV.com evidence room. And all the evidence I'm showing you, you can see on HLNTV.com/afterdark at home. Why is Marissa Alexander behind bars? Well, it all starts with the initial event, and there's a 911 call from the victim in this case. Take a listen.
He just shot at me and my son. I'm asking, please hurry and get the police over here, please. Yes.
And what happened?
We had an argument. I seen some text messages on her phone. She went to the car, got a gun, and shot.
Okay, that address, is that in Duval County?
Yes. Please hurry. Neither one of us hit. She just ran and got a gun out of the car.
Okay, so neither one of you were shot. She just shot at you. Is that correct?
Yeah, she was shooting at me and my son.
Okay, so you don't need an ambulance?
No,
right?
no. Me and my two kids ran out of the house.
What's your last name? But she's inside the house, right?
Yeah, she's inside the house with the door locked. You all right, too? You're going to be all right. It's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right.
Is she on any kind of drugs or drinking or anything?
No. Not at this time, no.
All right, that's the call the day of the shooting from the victim. Let me take you into that room so you can see exactly what was happening. The argument was taking place over here near the master bathroom. At that point, Marissa exits the house and goes to the garage, goes all the way over here in what's really a cooling off period, goes into the garage, but then comes back into the house with the gun, okay? At the same time, what's happening is that the victim and his two sons, his young sons, he's telling her that they're all getting out of there. So he's right here in the kitchen with his two kids. She comes back from the garage in here with the gun, fires that gun. The bullet misses Rico Gray Sr., misses his son, but lands in the wall behind them, okay? What is the height of that bullet? 6 feet off the ground. The bullet then ricochets and then hits the ceiling of that room. So you can see where everything happened right here in the kitchen. Here's the garage where the car and the gun was retrieved from. Okay, now, what about this case? I got to tell you about this case. The jury deliberated, right? 6 people deliberated, and they all agreed that she was guilty after 12 minutes. What does that tell me? The evidence was pretty darn strong. Then let's get to the law of Florida. And this is what everyone's talking about, but it's the law. For her crime, no discretion, 20 years minimum. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, Marissa Alexander is behind bars serving 20 years in prison. Mo?
Well, Vinny, we'll have to see if our jury will be able to come up with a verdict that quick as that jury did there in Florida. But let's get some comments from our jury now. I first want to go to juror number 12. So what are you thinking about Marissa Alexander?
I'm just trying to figure out where the fairness is coming in, because if she had the opportunity to take a plea for 3 years and she didn't take it, I think one of the attorneys says that she's getting taxed for exercising her right to go to court, and no one was hit, killed, hurt. And wasn't there a restraining order? Why was the husband even in the house to be taking kids out?
All very good questions.
I'll throw a quick answer out there. Number one, don't forget there were 2 children there. 2 children that were in the line of fire along with Rico Gray Sr. His 2 kids are there, and no one got struck. Well, she wasn't charged with murder. If she struck someone, it may have been murder.
Yeah, okay, now we're going to go to juror number 10 here, who also has a question.
Yeah, it seems that she's arguing that she's standing her ground and it was imminent, but isn't it not imminent if she has time to go to the garage, get her gun pointed at her husband?
You know what? That's a great point, Mo, because that's called a cooling off period. If you remember in the diagram, the garage is one part of the house. She goes into the garage, gets the gun, and then comes back into the home to discharge the gun. She has an opportunity to get away, and she had time to cool off as she let out. And don't forget, the law in Florida, you use a gun for that type of an offense, 20-year minimum. Judge has to hand it down.